everybody, Alex from SeemsGoodMagic.com here. We're back. We're doing the first of many Kaldheim drafts. Exciting. Always exciting to have a brand new set. I haven't watched anybody's videos or set reviews or anything like that. I've basically briefly looked over the cards, so if you're watching this, you're going to be learning alongside me. I'm basically going to be learning the good old-fashioned way, just by playing. That's usually the way I like to do it anyway. I don't like to get preconceived notions in my head about what's good and what's not. I like to just sort of play and read and kind of figure it out on my own. So that being said, yes, I'm definitely going to make some decisions that are questionable based on how I'm going to draft in the future. You know what I mean? My drafts, 10 to 20 drafts in, are going to be much different than my first draft, I would guess. But let's fire this up. See how we do. I kind of like that they started with they have best 2 out of 3 and best of 1 drafts available on day 1. I think this is the first set I've ever seen that, which is pretty awesome. All right, it's fired. So let's do some quick reading and figure out what we want. All right, so the rare. Target legendary creature becomes a god, put a counter on it, and then you can sack it and put an indestructible counter on a god. It's a cool card. Saw it coming. You can counter a spell. It's got Foretell. Blood Sky Berserker. It's 2 mana 1/1, and if you cast your second spell, it becomes a 3/3 or keeps growing and gets Menace until end of turn. We got a rare or a legendary uncommon here. It's got Menace, 3 mana 3/2 Menace, and when it enters, look at top 5. You can get an Elf Warrior or Tyvar card and put it in your hand. It seems like a great card. Super value card. +1/+3 gains flying until him, so combat trick. This is a changeling, so it works for any deck, and it's kind of cool. It can get bigger if you have more of different creature types. Right now, I'm kind of looking at the legends. I love the uncommon legends, and a 3 mana 3/2 menace that also nets you a card potentially seems really good to me. It is multicolor though. Otherwise, yeah, we've got Seize the Spoils. I don't even get a chance to look at everything. I think we'll just go with the uncommon legend because I think it's cool. Otherwise, we could have taken the Feed the Serpent removal spell, but I definitely like 3 drops with 3 power and an evasion, and they net you a card at uncommon. It seems really good. Well, all right, in green, we've got a combat trick with Foretell. We've got a 3 mana 4/2 reach. In black, we've got this Dread Rider that lets you exile and make your opponent lose life. We've got Dogged Pursuit, which is actually a pretty sweet effect. Just drains every turn. And Kennel Master, 5 mana 4/4 menace, or 5 mana 4/4, and up to 2 target creatures each get. That's kind of a cool card too. We got the Rune of Sustenance as the card here. We've got this: whenever another non-token creature you control dies, if it is enchanted or equipped, return it to its owner's hand. Enchanted or equipped creatures get +1/+1. That seems pretty awesome. Frost Augur lets you get cards. It's pretty awesome if you have enough snow permanents. I'm kind of okay with going all in on the Dogged Pursuit plan. This reminds me of that, I forget the name of it now, but this is similar to another card that came before it. Otherwise, there's Frostbite, which is straight up just snow instant burn, but this is actually this is a pretty sweet effect if I recall correctly. Like if you can get a couple of these out, that can be game changing. All right, 3 mana 3/1 lifelink. When it dies, each player mills 3. I mean, it's got lifelink. 1 toughness isn't great. We've got this Ascent of the Worthy. So choose a creature you control. Until your next turn, all damage will be dealt to creatures controls dealt to this creature instead, so it's like a pariah, and then you can return a creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield with a flying counter on it, and it's an Angel Warrior. It's kind of cool. Dusk Wielder, it's got Boast and drains your opponent. Elderleaf Mentor, I like multiple bodies for 1. It is 4 mana though. Arachnoform is just an aura, and then you've got this Shimmerdrift Veil, which is a snowland. Might take a snowland here. The reason being, there's nothing nuts, at least on color, with what we've got, and taking snowlands just seems good to me because there's a lot of snow effects. Plus, it kind of opens us up for going multiple colors. Well, Finn the Fangbearer is a pretty cool card. It's got Death Touch. It's a 2-drop 1/3 with Death Touch, which is already good. And then on top of that, on top of the damage you deal with your Death Touchers, they also get poison counters. So really, you hit 5 times with this and they just die, which is pretty nuts, actually. Not that hitting 5 times with a creature is easy, but if you find any other Death Touchers too. What else do we have here in black? Demonic Gifts is like a combat trick. Recruiter, you can get creatures from back from your graveyard to your hand. I like that with the boast, but boast of 4 is pretty expensive. I'm kind of okay trying the legends. I really, really like uncommon legends. At least I loved it in Dominaria. We'll see how much I love it in this set, but in Dominaria, I absolutely loved it. And I'm fine taking Finn here. There's a burn spell here, but yeah, 2-drop 1/3 Death Touch to me seems pretty good. All right, Path to the World Tree. Search your library for a basic land, reveal it, put it in your hand. So it just puts it in your hand, but it's an enchantment, and then you can sack it, gain 2 life, draw 2, if you can get all the colors out. It seems like that would be challenging to do. Skull Raid, you can make them discard 2, and if they have less than 2, you draw cards equal to the difference. I like that. Or we can take the Snowland. There's Masked Vandal. So this is a changeling in case we want some sort of tribal nonsense. This is actually, that's a cool effect. I kind of like that. 2 mana 1/3 is not great, but then again, we probably just want the fight spell with Foretell. Removal, especially with Death Touch. That makes sense. I do actually like this Masked Vandal, though. I think that's good. Gold Vein Pick spits out some treasure tokens. That's good, too. But yeah, for now, we'll take the struggle. The struggle is real. All right. Can take Feed the Serpent now. Get the removal spell. We took the Herald over it. I guess Herald can technically find... It can find Finn, and it can find... Oh, it could have found that... Changeling, I'm pretty sure too, right? Or maybe it doesn't work like that. I have to read. To do some light reading here. Mill 3 cards, return a land card or elf card from your hand if you can't draw. That's fine. Snow-covered swamp would obviously be good, but we'll take the removal. Exiling at common. Pretty cool. Okay, another Mammoth Growth. We've got this Raven Wings. We've got this Death Knell Berserker. If you can make it bigger somehow, like with Struggle and it dies, you get a 2/2 Black Zombie Berserker. It's not bad. Or Duskwielder. Duskwielder's a little bit less good, I think. Or we could just take the Snow-Covered Plains and assume maybe we could go 3-color. We don't know yet. Probably take the 2-drop. When in doubt, take a 2-drop that's got an upside, that's common. I think that's probably fine. It's a Berserker, though. But it's also an elf, so once again, can find it off Herald. An elf named Herald. I don't know why that's... Maybe it's Herald. So nothing on color with what we've got. We could take the Snowland. What else can we take that I'm interested in? Looting Hawk. Dwarven Reinforcements. We'll just take the Snowland. Can take another Snowland. Can take the equipment that gives evasion. I think a evasive equipment is actually pretty sweet. Especially, it works well with Berserker. Works well with Finn. It's fine with Herald. Yeah, I might be okay doing that. I mean, we're seeing some fairly late blue cards now, as well as the blue lands. Could be a sign. But we'll take the Raven. I mean, that's a pretty cool effect. I guess it's 4 mana to get it going, initial cost, but that's probably okay. So Dread Rider, or we can just take the combat trick. Usually combat tricks are pretty solid when you only have to pay 1 for them. You have to pay 3 total, but Dread Rider actually seems like a reasonable finisher to me, but we'll take the Mammoth Growth. So Ascent of the Worthy, still a chance that we could play it, I guess. Otherwise, I'm taking an Aura or a Dread Rider. I mean, right now we have Shimmerdrift Veil, but you only get one... You only choose a color off of that. I don't know. I'm not blown away by Dread Rider. I'll consider this. Mammoth Growth, or we take Snow-Covered Mountain. I think we'll take the Mammoth Growth. We'll cut green. So, can take some Snowlands. Take some Snowlands. So, 3 mana 3/2, probably better than the Guardian. 3 mana 3/2 with some potential upside. So saw some super late white there. Got pathways to fix. Other snow and zombie creatures. So zombie and snow lord, and you can return it from your graveyard to the battlefield tap. That seems pretty awesome. Runed crown. Search your library. Okay, you can get rune cards and put them on the battlefield attached to it. That's cool. In green, we've got Grizzled Outrider, 5 mana 5/5. We've got Gladewalker, a changeling that puts a counter on something. Horizon Seeker. This is pretty cool. Lets you ramp. Oh, wait, no, it doesn't ramp. It puts it in your hand, but it does let you fix. And this is a combat trick with that gives hexproof. I actually kind of like that. Wither Crown. This kills things, but in a slow manner. But it does make their base power 0. It's probably acceptable. I mean, it's a slow kill spell, but it might be worth taking. Otherwise, I kind of am interested in these equipment that generate something, actually. I think these are high-value cards, actually. Pay 5 mana, you get a 4/4 Menace. Or you pay 2 mana. The equip cost is expensive, but I kind of like it. Warmaster, 2 mana 2/2. Whenever one or more other elves enter the battlefield under your control, create a 1/1 green elf. That's cool. You can only trigger it once a turn, but that's fine. And then pay a ton of mana, and you can give them all +2/+2 in Death Touch. I like that. I like playing rares. Rune of Might. I think these runes are good. The fact that you can stick them on equipment is pretty sweet. Horizon Seeker, we saw that already. Jaspera, Element, or Sentinel. Oh, that's kind of cool. It's a ramp and a fix, but it requires another creature. I kind of like this. That'd be nice to wheel that. That's a cool way to fix. Plus the common, it's the common duels, common snow duels. But we'll take the rare. This is a sweet card. Spits out elves. Follow the Imposter. Put a counter on a creature for 2 times, and then exile a creature with the greatest power among creatures target opponent controls. That seems sweet. Make your dude bigger for 2 turns, and then exile something? Or we can take Feed the Serpent. I'm probably down with taking another one of those. Are we starting to get a little bit 4-drop heavy? I mean, the nice thing is you have to pay attention to Foretell, because 4-drop is misleading with Foretell. But we probably take Feed the Serpent. This is a cool card too. I like that. Let's take the exile removal here. So, struggle for Skimfar, we can take yet another removal. We have this Elderleaf Mentor. This is cool. Good synergy with the Warmaster. Not that you get multiple, you don't get an elf for each elf, but just works well with the buff effect. Some fixing, Infernal Pet. This is actually probably a good way to finish games. I kind of like that. But I think even though we're very, very creature light at the moment, I'd probably take another solid removal spell. I am going to have to find some creatures here at some point, though. All right, Boreal Outrider. Cast a creature spell. If snow is cast, that creature... That's pretty sweet. That's a cool card. Or we can take the Sentinel to help us ramp, I guess. I mean, ramp is typically good, but when you're low on creatures, it's probably not great. The problem is we don't have a ton of snow mana. I mean, these two are not on color with what we're doing. I mean, regardless of what we're doing here, we need to take some creatures. Probably go with the Outrider. We might be able to hit up some of these forests on the wheel, and that's just a good effect. So, Broken Wings, more of a sideboard card. Can take another Dogged Pursuit. I mean, there's nothing else here I want, so I suppose so. Can take the Infernal Pet. I think this card is fine. Probably not amazing for us, just because I don't know how easily we're going to be casting more than one card in a turn. Probably not splashing for Ascent. But yeah, we'll take Infernal Pet. So, Recruiter. Playable yet another 4-drop, though, which I'm not loving. But once again, the struggles are you can foretell them, so that's actually fine. Probably don't need the equipment. I guess we take more creatures. With all these 4-drops, we might have to play 18 lands. We'll see. Can do the Horizon Seeker, or we can take this Glade Walker. It's just another 2-drop. We need some more early plays. It's also randomly an elf for War Master, which is nice. Rune Crown is cool. We don't have any runes currently, though. Guess we take Seeker now. It's a 3-drop creature. It's a warrior. It's fine. Village Rites is actually a playable card. Both of these kind of require us to have creatures to be good. I mean, Herald's Revenge, I guess, can finish games. So maybe we take that. Village Rites, though, maybe I should have considered it a little bit more, because if we're spitting out 1/1 green elves, drawing 2 is actually pretty good. That's true. The Mentor, yet another 4-drop? I guess so. Just in case. I mean, we have a pack to find everything we need here. I don't know. All right, Pyre of Heroes. Sack a creature, search your library for a creature card, shares a creature type with it. And so it's kind of like a worse birthing pod. I mean, it's kind of cool. I don't think we're really going to be able to utilize it, since we're already kind of struggling to find creatures. Can take another Death Knell Berserker, or we can take the Feed the Serpent. We are at 11 creatures. We have so many 4-drops. I'm not in love with taking another Feed the Serpent. And Berserker is actually fine. I mean, we have the Helmet and we have the Raven Wings, both of which bring it above 2. It's also just randomly an elf. I'm kind of okay with taking that. I think Feed the Serpent's better, but we'll take the Berserker. Or we could take the Scorn Effigy, too. The free to foretell is kind of cool, but... Alright. Control 3 or more snow permanents. The creature control gets +1/+0 and gains indestructible, and then those creatures fight each other. So it's a prey upon at worst. That's probably fine. This card is sweet. I wish I could get 2 white easily. Demonic Gifts. Yeah, we've seen that. We saw that. Saw this. Might just have to take Blizzard Brawl here, unless I really thought I could splash for white. I don't think I can easily enough. Rune of Mortality. So this can give Death Touch and can put Death Touch on equipment. Still a little bit creature light, though. It's kind of cool. We really only have the 1 snow land, so I don't think we're going to take great advantage of Sculptor of Winter. Might just take another Berserker. We have the 2 pieces of equipment that work well with it. And spitting out more bodies to equip to is probably fine with me. I mean, it is a bear at worst, which isn't great, but not bad either. We also have the combat tricks that work with it, too. Yeah, that's true. Rune of Might, another way to sort of utilize it. I wish we could take advantage of this. We don't have the snowlands to support that. Could just take the Sculptor as a random 2-drop creature, and very rarely it can ramp us. Okay. It's also an elf. Well, we can actually use this, which is cool. Let me see what else we have. We have Packmate, which is pretty good. 3/3 is another Feed the Serpent. I mean, we're probably close to enough creatures. This seems pretty good. It's tough to go wrong with a land that has pretty good upside. Kill something and make elves. Randomly has synergy with this as well, which is kind of sweet. Yeah, I think we'll take that. This is a cool card too. I like this. Especially since we've got some actual elves that works well with it. Another Dogged Pursuit. Well, I've got 2 already. How deep do I want to go on the Dogged Pursuit plan? Well, I don't know. It is pretty cool. This is pretty cool too, though. The fact that we can get our elves back, and that's pretty cool too. Destroy target creature or planeswalker an opponent controls that was dealt damage. This is probably a good effect, actually. I think this is a good effect. You can flash it in too. Yeah, this card's sweet. That's a really good card. So we can take Recluse, but here's our snow-covered forest. We absolutely want that for our ramper dude. Can take the Scorn Effigy. I mean, the fact that you can just foretell it for 2 and then play it for free on the following turn is alongside something else. I think this is a good card. Broken Wings is a great sideboard card to have, especially since we're a little bit sideboard light. I think Effigy's good, though. We'll find out. Can take Village Rites. We have enough. We might actually find a way to play that as well. Guess we take the land here that we're probably not going to use. None of these cards matter. None of these cards matter. So we got enough playables. And there is some actual cool stuff going on here. Are we going to stay busy enough early is the question. We'll find out. We don't even have... Well, I guess we have 3. The chances of getting 3 snow permanents out is very low. But it is possible. I mean, we have a couple. We got a couple. So I'm not loving what I've done here in the first draft, but that's usually how it goes for me in draft 1 of a new format. I usually don't... Oh, we got that Broken Wings back? That's awesome. So we got a good sideboard card back. That's really nice. And the pick, if I want to. I could consider it. I mean, it works... Once again, it works well with these Berserkers. There's a chance. For now, we'll cut lands. Not playing that. So we have 3 lands already. We might have to play 18. I mean, I can look at foretell costs. We've got all of these 4 drops. And I've only got 16 creatures. So I really can't cut a lot of creatures. This has foretell, though, so we can put that in the 2 slot. This one, I'm kind of feeling like if I'm going to cut a creature, it's probably the Recruiter. And remember, these are foretell for 1. So really, I guess you can put them in the 2 as well. Anything with foretell, you can put in the 2. I guess this technically, you need 4 eventually, but that's probably 2 as well, to be honest. And this is foretell. Maybe I'm doing this wrong, but this, to me, makes sense. You just need the 2 mana to foretell and then figure it out later. You can cast it at some point. So our curve's not horrible. We have decent removal. 6, 7, 8, 9. We have to make quite a few cuts, and they probably cannot be creatures. So I'm probably cutting the combat tricks. I think I'd rather be on board with the equipment, basically because I guess they work well with the Berserkers. These get bigger, then they die, spit out more things I can equip them onto. That's probably true. I guess you could argue this is more of a 5. I mean, you really want to play this for 5. And you can count it as a creature, actually. So technically we could, if we had to, cut 1 more creature. I'm not in love with the idea, but if I had to, I could. So can we just get away with 17 lands? That's another question. I think we can cut these. It's a cool card. I'm not really sold on it in here. I think we shouldn't be on the combat trick plan. I want to be much more on the equipment plan. I don't like having both. I don't think going for both of those plans is a great idea. It's kind of one or the other because you don't really have space to do both. So I could technically, and I don't think Dread Rider's that great either. It is a possible way to win since it can block the world, but it's expensive for a 3/7. And I don't really want to exile stuff from my graveyard because I've got that way to return stuff. I mean, it's probably not a huge deal, but Dread Rider's nothing really to write home about, I don't think. Plus, I don't think you can find it off of Herald. Herald! So we only have 2 snow lands for... But Boreal Outrider, I mean, it's still probably playable, regardless. We don't have that many snow permanents, but it's not a big deal. Let's see. So 4 more cuts. One of them can be a creature. I'm thinking Dread Rider. It looks like it brings us down to 14 creatures, but it's really 15 with the helmet, or the helm, rather. I might just cut Village Rites. I like it. I want some more card advantage style stuff, but I just don't think I've got space for it. We actually have a lot of removal. We just don't have great bodies for our removal, for our fight removal at least. Our guys are kind of little. Wish they were a little bit bigger than they are. And we're very seldom are we going to have 3 or more snow permanents. So I might have to ditch the Blizzard Brawl. Struggle for Skimfar at least makes sense. It gets bigger and then fights. So it's at least good with like a few of our guys. But this one, our bodies are too small, I think, to take advantage of Blizzard Brawl. So we probably have to ditch that. And then one more cut, and it should be a non-creature. $16. So I can make one more cut and call it a deck, and it should be a non-creature. I could cut... Do we have 3 equipment? But I kind of like our 3 equipment. I think they're good. And actually, another reason to keep the equipment around is it makes our struggle better. The pick and the helmet, at least. Well, sort of the Raven Wings, but not exactly what I'm looking for. Shouldn't be a creature. So really, all I have, my options are... Well, I guess I can cut maybe the pick. I kind of want to keep the Dogged Pursuit around. I do feel like this effect can be very good on a board where they can't really profitably attack, or if you get enough damage in early. I mean, this can just finish them off. If you have enough board clutter with like elves, because we actually have a decent amount of elves, surprisingly. I could see maybe cutting the pick. It's not insane. This gives evasion, so we should probably keep it around. But 17 lands now looks pretty good. Is there a way to organize? Like, how do I... Is this button organizer? No. Oh, whatever. Let's look at our colors here. So we're more black than green. No double color spells, right? No. Double color here. No double green. So I guess we just err towards black. And we already have 2 green. And Shimmer Drift Veil goes either way, which is actually kind of nice. So, of course, we're going to add the Bob Ross lands. So we'll do the 9 and then... Do I want to do 9? And then 5 green. And that's... Well, we kind of want that green on turn 2, though. This would be 10, 8. We can also just do 9, 9. Maybe 9, 9's okay. I mean, technically we need double... We need double black, and we don't need double green. But I guess you could argue we need double green for this ability. That probably is irrelevant, though, by the time we get to that amount. But we kind of need green on turn 2, so I'm on board with 9, 9. All right. No idea how good this deck is. I guess we'll find out soon enough. But we're going to run it like this. So... All right, we'll see you in round 1. All right, round 1, it looks good to me. We've got Mr. Herald himself to help us find things. Usher of the Fallen. Well, 1-drop 2/1's pretty sweet. So we could do Shimmerdrift Veil now since it enters tapped and just choose green. Okay. That actually makes sense if we draw the Sculptor, too, because then we can untap this Snowland. Just going to boast, too, probably? Or do they have it even better? Spit out a 1/1? It's pretty good. Well, there's Dargor's Helm. So, I guess we can play Raven Wings since we don't have anything else going on. It's not like Zendikar Rising where it auto-equips, so that seems fine. Probably jamming Herald next turn to find something. Infernal Pet. Well, could do that too, but let's just jam the Herald. See what we find. Found a Berserker. We'll take it. And actually, Berserker's good, because I can play it and equip it, and then if it dies, we spit out another dude. It seems pretty good. Alright. Gladewalker too, which is nice, but for now we're gonna go Berserker equip. That way if they have a kill spell, what does this do? Oh, it lets them do a thing. Alright. And then if I draw a land, I can actually go Infernal Pet Gladewalker and pump this, which is kind of cool. Well, it's a good card to have there. We got our 5th land, though, so that's good. We'll go Pet plus Gladewalker. And we'll put the counter on the Gladewalker. And then pass. Wait, I missed it. What does this effect do? Oh, they all have Death Touch now? Jeez. Return Upon the Tide would be pretty good. It would let us get back our Herald. That is good. Might do that. Find more value. Man, I'll pay full price if I've got to. I'm okay with that. Wait. Yeah. All right, not the end of the world. Man, that Usher did some work. All right. Elderleaf Mentor spits out some bodies too, but I want to draw more cards, so let's do the Herald here. We actually missed. Okay. Well, could get in for 3, but I'm going to stay back. Choose any number of artifact tokens and or creature tokens you control with different names and create it so they could get an elf and a human warrior. So they'd spit out 2 more tokens. Not bad. So if I draw a land, I can go Seeker, Mentor, pump my pet, and get in. What does this do? So they can return... Nope, they didn't get to return anything. I guess that's good news. They can't really get in. Okay. That's good. Oh, wait, I can't... I see. I can't do both. It's not a huge deal, though. I can go... Mentor... and equip wings to probably Herald, because my pet can block a little bit better there, and then we can hang out. All right. So they probably have some sort of group pump, but I'm not gonna play around it here. Do we just want to get rid of the tokens? Probably. All right. So they got us game 1. See, I can bring in Broken Wings to blow up their sagas, because they seem to have a lot of sagas. I could see that. That kind of makes sense. What am I taking out for it, though? I mean, the problem is they get the initial value off of it, but it's probably still right to do it, because that's pretty nuts. So we can cut something like a non-creature spell. I mean, the fight spells are going to be worse. Feed the Serpent's going to be worse. At least this makes my guy bigger. Feed the Serpent, what am I killing? 1/1s? Yeah, I don't love that. All their dudes were tiny. I mean, granted, we didn't see everything, but otherwise there's Dogged Pursuit. But I kind of want to stick with this plan, I think. Might be wrong, but exiling a 1/1 doesn't. I don't love that, or a 1-drop 2/1. I'm not a huge advocate or fan of that. All right, we will play first. And mulligan the 1-lander. This one will keep. And I guess we'll ditch a forest, probably. At least a 2/3 body is pretty legit here. Yeah, because then we can at least go Effigy and Outrider on turn 3. That's not bad. Yeah, at least, so now we've got ourselves, at least we got a turn progression. So we'll go Outrider, and we'll do the Scorn Effigy. Pass. All right. What's the second effect on that do again? Well, let's kill the Sculptor. That thing ramps them, so to me, it kind of makes sense. It also just happens to make our guy bigger, which is good. I mean, we can do the Dogged Pursuit too, but keeping them off... I don't know. Keeping them off potentially... oh, they can even... That's pretty sweet. They have a lot of Snowlands, too. And they're foretelling. All right. Ooh, Herald. That's a good draw. Dogged Pursuit makes the best use of mana, but Herald puts a body on the board and finds me something. I think Herald's potentially going to be better here. So we'll get in for 3. We'll drop Herald. He's also got Menace. Seems worth it to me. Probably find the Berserker, and then we can go land Berserker. And then we got a lot of bodies on the board. That's good. So at least the Death Touch effect was like a miss. That's nice. So basically all they got a land and they destroyed our Outrider. I mean, that's still really good value, but it's a rare. Or, no, it's an uncommon. Wow. Destroy effect plus ramp, especially when it's like a multicolor ramp. That's a good uncommon. Icehide Troll, and it can get indestructible. And he does have the Snowland, so that's pretty good. But we have Menace, so that's the good news. Let's get in with our Menace dude here. And then we'll drop land and the Dogged Pursuit. And at least we can start doing a little bit of draining. All right. Killed our dude. So they have to leave up 2 Snowlands to be able to activate the ability on Icehide Troll, which is the new Regenerate. All right. Oh, wow. All right. So we'll get in for 2. And guess we don't need to play land. We can sandbag it for now. Pretend like we've got something. That's kind of cool. So let's see. Can boast and pump. Are we dead? Let's say they double pump plus boast, which is possible if they have the land. And then it would be 8, 9, plus 3, 12, but we're going to 13. So I guess it wouldn't be death, but this is probably +4, +4. But they wouldn't be able to do that. All right, well, we'll get in for now. All right. Well, I wish I could do more than I can, but this is all I can do. All right. Looks like it's GG's. We'll see you for the next one. All right, we got a keep here. It's a pretty good looking hand. So we'll foretell that, then we'll probably jam the Horizon Seeker, so we'll get both of these on turn 3, which is pretty good. Don't quite have the Feed the Serpent mana yet, but that's probably okay. All right, foretell. I mean, yeah, we could do the Gladewalker, but I don't foretell this. I mean, it makes more sense to me. Well, there's our Dogged Pursuit, so we'll go Effigy here in the Horizon Seeker. Oh, that's a good card. So, all right. It's pretty cool. Probably should wait till they tap out before I cast this Struggle for Skimfar. We'll see. I mean, next turn I can foretell this plus do the Gladewalker as well. That's pretty good. Yeah, I think I'm okay with that. Can also feed the Serpent. Man, it's got flying too. Probably need to kill that. Well, I think I'm gonna do the foretell Gladewalker plan instead. I can also struggle with Horizon Seeker if they have a way to kill my Effigy. But I kind of like the idea of getting more bodies on board right now. Well, they had the counterspell anyway, so I guess I'd much rather them counter that than like either of these spells probably. I mean, we're going to wait till they tap out if I'm going to do this one. Otherwise, I'm going to do Feed the Serpent. That's cool. If any of that spell's colors are spent to cast it, that's interesting too. So we'll probably just Feed the Serpent now on their turn. Alright, so they had another counter. And they did tap out, so I guess we can sack that. They're tapped out now, so it's probably fine. So we can use our Horizon Seeker to kill the Charger. That's good. Probably want to do the Outrider first, because then we can have a bigger Herald. That's true. Alright, we'll do this. I don't think this works with its own ability, right? I mean, we can find out. I don't think it does, but we can find out. No. Which is fine. We'll fight this on that. And, okay. So then we can do Herald next turn. They didn't do... Oh, I see. I was like, they didn't do the thing? Let's see. So we can do Herald here. Uh-oh. Am I timing out? Yep. I think I have to restart. Unless they're stopped on my turn. Nope, my clock's draining, so I've got to restart Magic here. Alright, we're back in. Hopefully I'm not... I should have had a timeout, or... No, it used one of my timeouts. Hopefully not another one. Alright, we're back. So now I can do Herald real quick. Play with the snow, get the buff. Finn is a good one. So we'll play that. And then we'll pass. I could have buffed him too if I waited a turn, but kind of want the 2 blockers just in case. I mean, I'm ahead on board too, so I technically could just take it here. Because this thing has Menace. I could also block with Outrider plus Fangbear, but it's probably safer to block with Herald and Finn if I am getting attacked, but we'll see. This also costs 4 to re-equip, which is expensive. I might just take it. I mean, I've got the Dogged Pursuit, so it might make sense. Okay. Oh, they have one of their own. So we'll sack that. The Veil is fine. We can get in for 5 here. Surprised they took it. And we'll do our own pursuit. And I guess we can do this naming black. Ooh, that was a good draw. So we got to bring back an elf, so we'll do the Outrider. Yeah, I think that makes the most sense. And I guess we could keep... No, I think we... Yeah, we probably don't. Guess we can sack it. Life total's a little bit too low to not sack it here. Well, Berserker's nice. So we can get in. All right, got game one, pretty close. Looks like another great Broken Wings matchup. So we'll bring that in. This time, Feed the Serpent seems pretty important. Yeah, what's the cut here? I mean, I could see myself maybe cutting a Struggle. But Struggle is actually good against their... They have multiple of those bind things. It's good against that. This Exiles too, which is nice. Yeah, I'm not sure. Probably a Struggle, I'm thinking. Just because they have all those Withering Crowns. Yeah, they have a lot of removal. Okay. Could even see the argument for doing the Recruiter. It's so expensive to boast. Or the Rider to help finish games. But, probably not. All right. Bring in the Broken Wings. Yeah, it's a good hand. Can actually utilize that Sculptor too, which is nice. So we'll do green, I guess. Ooh, War Master. That's a good one. You can see War Master actually possibly taking a life at least. Just to get an extra body on the board if they do like Withering Crown. Because this is an elf. All right. That's cool. We can attack and play Jarl if they take the damage. They block or whatever. That's good. This effect is usually pretty good and limited too. We've seen that before. And the fact that it's got Foretell is actually very good. Then next turn I can play these two. This thing can even find us more lands for our War Master. That's odd to me that they chose that one. I mean, I guess it deals more damage, but at the same time, probably don't want me spitting out creatures here. This can help us get to 7, which is nice. So got some choices on how to do this. I mean, I can just attack with... It's not bad, actually. Attack with Elf. Plus do Dogged Pursuit. I'm actually surprised they blocked. That's a good one. So now I can't... Now I can't quite do what I need to do here. But we are a land away from getting this Death Touch and Pump online, which is good. They don't have any snow, so this might be a good opportunity to just trade this for that. Yeah, that's a good trade. I mean, we lose a creature that we can't use anymore anyway. And they lose something they can't bring back until they get 3 snow sources. And next turn, if we draw a land, we can utilize this War Master ability. That's not an elf anyway, right? I guess I don't have to sack that because I can attack and boast with it. They can counter it, that's fine. We'll attack with that. And boast. And I guess get another green. And it doesn't really matter if they block it. It already did its job, so that's good. And if they put Wither Crown on War Master or whatever, doesn't really matter. Wither Crown doesn't really affect us here. So get in with these two. This card is good. We're not even taking crazy advantage of it, and it is really good. And I have a feeling they kind of know that. They probably are sitting on another Wither Crown, yeah. It's just not good enough. We'll take the damage. And they just don't have a choice here. All right. We'll see you for round 3. All right. We'll play first. That is a keep. These berserkers are not so good right now, but potentially better once we get one of our equipment online. Not gonna cast that just yet. Oh, there's a snow-covered forest. That's nice. Gonna need another black source to use this Skemvar Elder Hall. Oh, Finn's a good draw. That's cool. I mean, we're gonna need an actual buff to make these berserkers good, but so we're a black away from being able to use the Elder Hall. Well, there's our black mana. Okay. Well, all their guys are 2/3s. That makes our Skimfar Elder Hall quite a bit worse, doesn't it? So, guess we chill. We'll feed it. I could do like a double block and let them boast, but we'll see if they have the protection. They do. So we'll take a bunch of damage here. War Master's pretty sweet. Still gonna have to take another hit from that braggart. Guess they technically threaten lethal, and I'm 1 mana short of. So basically I have to block to not die. Because I don't want to double block and lose my War Master either. Oh, flying. It's pretty good. I can kill it, but then I can't use my War Master. They're going to tap, so I only have 1 blocker, so I may not have a choice. I think we probably just have to kill that. There's a lot of elves online. Could get in for 4. They could tap. Let's say they attack with everything next turn, tap something. I block. I just have to block the braggart. I probably need to just get in here. I feel like the only realistic way of winning is getting a lethal attack. So we can block there and take 4. So, I mean, at this point, we've got the mana to stop what they're doing. Let's see how I can do this. I can get in with the Berserker. See if they block. I might just trade, or I can leave up. Leaving up 7's not super easy, though. I can attack with a Berserker, and if they block, I can give it Death Touch and Pump. They're really going to do that? Why? I mean, I like it, but why? I would have blocked with the... Let's see. Look like this, I guess. Surprised they didn't take it. I think they... I wonder if they could have just killed us if they did. So I can... Well, we're doing this. And no black. Oh, well, we have the extra black anyway, but... Whatever. The extra body. Get in for 2. I could kill the champion now. Maybe I should have done that before attacks. Whatever. I'll do it now. All right. So now they can't tap, which is fine. No attacks, so we can smash with team here. Yeah. Wow. Stole that game. So once yet again, another match where Broken Wings already looking like super main deckable. Much more so than Zendikar Rising. I mean, people like to main deck it in Zendikar Rising, but we haven't had a match yet where it didn't come up, so... just some sort of... What are they playing the... We don't know what they're playing black for. Okay, well, we'll figure that out. Bringing in the Broken Wings, what did we bring out last time? We brought out a Struggle. Well, Struggle looks good here, actually, really good. Because they've got all these, like, 2/3s. But, I mean, I really like the idea of blowing up a Bound in Gold and being able to surprise block. That seems really good to me. And I guess randomly you can blow up a Scorn Effigy, too. I mean, they have enough targets where it's good, I think. I guess I could take out the Dogged Pursuit. I still like this card. But maybe they seem just aggressive enough where I can swap one out. Because I can't really afford to drop a creature, I feel like. I mean, his hand's not great, but I'm going to keep. That was a good draw. I mean, we don't have the support for it just yet, but getting a body on board, I'm happy enough with that. All right, I mean, I can blow that up. I'm kind of okay with it. But I can also use a Struggle. Well, best use of mana is just blowing it up right now. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to do it. Because the other targets we saw were Bound in Gold, which it's not like hyper exciting right now anyway. That Pac-Mate is insanely good. Can't even blow it up if I wanted to. So we'll do the pursuit and then pass. What's this do again? Get a 4/4 white angel. Wow. It's really good. Another Scorn Effigy. Well, sure. Well, that's good draw actually. So do the pet plus the War Master. And then we can pass. Got a lot of Foretell cards. Alright, there's the Bound in Gold. So we can still use that as a struggle fight target, which I'm kind of cool with. We can double block the Pac-Mate. My War Master is still a couple turns from getting online, but I'm actually kind of okay with taking damage here just because we've got all these removal spells in hand. Gladewalker, so... yeah, how do I want to do this? This is also an elf, which is nice. Seems like a good turn to play Gladewalker, pump Sculptor or War Master. I don't want to put a bigger target on War Master. And then we'll foretell that. So we'll get in for 5 here. And foretell this. And drain, yeah. Don't have the second black for Feed the Serpent yet. But we can take care of the Pac-Mate, so that's good. Keeping stuff. That's actually interesting. So this gives us our second black. So let's do struggle to kill the... I guess the Valkyrie, because it flies. And then we'll get a black mana. And I guess we don't attack because I don't really want to trade with that. So they can sack and make their angel, but at least then I can... yeah, that's actually... it's not bad. So tap like this. Oh wait, I need the black though, huh? It's not a huge deal. We won't be able to do Feed the Serpent. Oh wait, that's not true. Yeah, we'll do black there, then this. Yeah, and then I can actually... yeah, this is fine. Because then I can untap with Sculptor if I really need Feed the Serpent mana. So yeah, that makes sense. And I mean, technically, we've got them on the clock right now, so I think they're going to bust this Great Hall, which I feel like they kind of have to. They don't have a... I feel like they don't have a ton of choices here. Well, I guess that does present a bit of a problem, doesn't it? Because I don't want to exile that. I don't really want to trade my Sculptor off either. But maybe I have to. Because that thing's only going to get bigger, so... Do they not have the Manatee? I guess they don't have the second white for the Great Hall yet, but I feel like I'm going to need to deal with that in due time. Another Berserker. There's their second white, so they can get the 4/4 Angel now. Ooh, that was a great draw. Yeah. Wow. That's insane. Get back the War Master. Yeah, that's just mean now. Because now we're a land away from pumping this enormous team of elves. That's pretty good. Didn't quite get the land, but... I mean, I can feed the Serpent the Valkyrie. Probably do that. Because we're only at 6 lands, right? Yeah. Alright. They're tapped out. It might... Well, we still want to do it on their turn, though. Wait, can I attack with everything? They have 4 blockers. I have 1, 2, 3, 7, 8 attackers. So they block 4 of my guys, take 4, and then die? Yeah, that seems good. They don't have lifelink anywhere. How about we just kill them? Sounds good. All right. Well, ended up going 2-1 for the first draft. That's a good start. I thought the deck turned out pretty good, actually. We ended up getting some of the good elves, I thought. War Master was remarkably good. Great card. I like Finn, actually. It worked fine. Not an elf, but good 2-drop legend. Herald was great. Got some good removal. Pursuit won some games. Return Upon the Tide was great. So, all right, some good lessons learned this one. We'll be back for more, obviously, very soon, and we'll see you then.